Hi, I'm Lee from Fractions. I play rhythm guitar in the band, and I'm going to talk you through my spaceship of a rig and the gear I use when we're out on the road. So I'll start off with the #1 guitar, Misha Mansour signature Jackson HT6, loaded with the standard pickups from Jackson that they come with. Does enough for me, really. Not the most high-end guitar, but it's bomb-proof. So on our recent tour to Russia, I took one guitar. This was the beast, and it got me through all those gigs and all those flights and everything that goes with it. So does me well, gets thrown around a bit, as you can see. Nice pearly white finish for me, and my lovely colourful pink strap and strap locks up for when I get a bit energetic on stage and run around and do a few bits. 6 string, mainly because I don't play 7 string. Not yet anyway, so let's see what happens with future records and stuff, but for now, that's the #1 beast. I also use a Jackson Dinky as a backup guitar, but doesn't really see the light of day because this thing's just too good. So there we go, that's the axes, so to speak. As part of the Enzo management roster, we're kindly supported by these lovely guys, New Tone Strings. A few conversations and a couple of spec-in, and they built me these heavy gauge customs because we play in A-sharp drop, I believe the technical term is. So yeah, again, just like the guitar, these are bomb-proof. Probably do a month's worth of practice on the practice guitar, and out on the road, never had any tuning issues, never broken anything to date, so fingers crossed we keep it that way. But New Tone Strings, you should definitely try them. We'll start off with the input, I guess. So the first thing I've got is this Line 6 Relay G90. Used a couple of different wirelesses in my time, but this one had some pretty good reviews and does some pretty reliable stuff. So purchased this fairly recently and chucked it in the spaceship here. I've also got this Korg rack tuner at the top, so if ever I'm in a position where I'm at the back of the stage and rather than the front, I've got visual tuner up there, and it's quite accurate as well. So just some lovely colourful dances with some buttons and stuff like that. But yeah, keeps me nice and in tune when I need to be. Then we go into my latest addition, so TC Electronic G Major 2. So don't use this too much at the moment as it's brand new, but certainly coming up on our latest record when we drop that one in the next few months. There'll be a lot of stuff that will come out of the G Major 2. Mainly got it for delays, reverbs, all that lovely kind of warm stuff that you don't really get with some of the other products that I've currently got on the rig. So probably let you know in another rig rundown how we get on with that one at a later date. And then we get into the switching. So for a while I was a bit of a pedal hopper, to be fair. Lots of analog pedals, front of house on a pedal board. Jumping around many things in between, and when you're starting to transition from really heavy music into really light melodic things and beautiful tones, there's a number of space hopper jumps going on. So did a bit of research and found out around MIDI switching, which I know a lot of you will be probably more savvy than I am. But yeah, so I've got the GCX system in the rack, this little beauty here, and it's basically pretty much set up to be a patch loop bay. And then if we come to front house on my pedal board, when we run through that sort of stuff, I've got the Voodoo Lab GCP, Ground Control Pro. So what that enables me to do is patch in a number of these lovely little stomp boxes and different effects, and also the switching of my head all into one little patch. And when we're going from dirty to clean, clean to reverb, boost, etc., instead of jumping on 5 or 6 different pedals, one click of a button and we're there. Next, probably pedal tray stuff. So standard equalizer, use it for some things. Anything from Boss really is pretty bomb proof, so got the GE7 in there just for some stuff as we go. Noise suppressor, so maybe the worst pedal that anyone can own, but an absolute must if you're doing some real clinical stop-start things, and especially if you need that horrible whiny noise disappearing on a stage. Tucked away at the back there, digital delay, a DD3 from Boss again. Until I start using the G major in anger, this is my primary delay, and it's obviously adjustable with any time sequences we want to do. And then the immerse pedal. So this gives me all these lovely, crazy reverbing sounds and a lot of things. In honesty, I've borrowed this off Chris Johnson, our other guitarist, just while we get the G major working, but it's ticking the box. And then the absolute beast, Horizon Devices Precision Drive. So this thing is an absolute godsend. It tightens up absolutely everything we need. As you can see, number of options on there, the attack, the brightness, but for the type of music we play, it really does cut through everything we want to do and give us a lot of versatility. So not too many pedals, quite simple setup really. And then the beast, Mesa Boogie dual rectifier solo head. I've had this maybe 10 years, so she's done the rounds, but it's a all-out solid piece of kit really. Lots of lovely warm valve tones coming out of it, and a lot of power, probably more than we're ever going to need. So from the spaceship kind of thing, that's it, and we're all wrapped up in this lovely little fright rig that we take out on the road to make sure everything's protected. So yeah, and then additional on the pedal board, front of house, just got the Ernie Ball volume control, just to make sure I know when I'm toned out and the volume's down, or I know when it's boosted, and also we can do some lovely swells and bits and pieces in between tracks, or fade things in and out. And then again, really important, just a basic Boss chromatic tuner at the front, just in case I can't get to the back of the stage to use the Korg rack tuner. I use the TU2 front of house just to make sure we're in tune in between tracks. I've managed to get hold of one of these lovely Temple Audio pedal boards. Really robust piece of kit. They've got a special kind of removable lock-in system for any of your pedals. You literally put the plates on the bottom of anything you want to add to it or remove, and spin a couple of screws in, and you can change around your layout as much as you want, etc. Also comes with a few added extras. So here you've got a jack port socket, so keep all your cables nicely looped out the way. Mine's a little messy at the minute, but we're just working our way through. And of course the MIDI link, so when you're building cable coils like this, different levels, etc., you can just plug straight into the pedal board. Makes for swift removal or setup on the day. But yeah, definitely something that I would recommend people go for. And then just to add to that, underneath, if you're running any kind of 9-volt power supplies or anything like that, or boosters, there's plenty of space to hide it all under here and get it away nice and tidy, so when you're on that stage you're not tripping over cables and run the risk of things breaking. So Temple Audio pedal board, definitely worth a purchase, guys. So then the last in the chain of things that I've got really, I've just started using these lovely Zilla cabs. So before, probably this year actually, I was using the Mesa 4x12 standard recto cabs. Managed to try one of these Zillas at a show when I was borrowing somebody's and fell in love with it. So yeah, managed to get myself one of them. Vintage custom 30s, cones inside it, and the thing is a beast. So for only 2 speakers, I was absolutely blown away at how much tone comes out of this thing, and yeah, makes life a lot easier when you're lugging things in and out of a van on the road. So the less of the gear, when you've got something like this spaceship, the better. So yeah, just a few noisy sections for you guys then, I guess. I don't use too many different tones at the moment. I'm sure that'll change as we work more on the types of tracks we're writing and the things we're doing, but yeah, try and keep things as simple as possible at the moment. So I've got my standard distortion. Plenty of throttle, does what I need it to really, and lots of fun. I've then also got a bit of a solo boost on top of that. So the boost has got the reverb that we spoke about before, slight lift in volume for when we play live. Just gives it a bit of a... From the amp, any of my distortion tones are run through channel 3, which is the more metal, bright, kind of attacky channel. I don't really use channel 2, I know a lot of people do, but yeah, I tend to just use the 3 because it cuts what I want it to. And then we go into a number of cleans. So again, start with the real clean, channel 1 on the amp, using the MIDI switching. Just give it a little volume up. So it's literally as clean as you can get. And then pretty basic things really for clean, if it's just leading into something, that kind of thing. I then got my lovely reverb settings. Very dreamy, love that kind of stuff. For the moments where we try and let the singer do the work really, and we just sit in the background and just have a bit of fun. And then some little delay action. So again, usually with clean. All fairly simple. And then I suppose the last thing I have, which is just for some raggedy kind of tones, is a clean with a little bit of an overdrive on it. So again, we're using the precision drive and just the standard channel 1 on the mezzo. A bit more raspy. Don't use it for a lot of things because it can get quite annoying, but just... all controlled by the volume pedal, and that's pretty much my sounds right now. But yeah, so that's my rig in a rundown really. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and as and when I change some stuff, I'll do another few videos and let you know how we're getting on with stuff. Cheers for your time.